Hey, beautiful people. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Tracy's World. Hey, Miss Coffee. Um, I started out late today, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't really feel good today. My allergies, y'all know I've been fighting a cold off for like, what, over a month now. Hey, Miss V. Lachey. I've been trying to fight this cold off now for a good little hot minute. And this morning I just woke up, my nose is all stuffy and stuff. These allergies, hey PGC, my pretty chocolate girl. Why did I just say it instead of PCG? I said PGC. Oh yeah, because you were saying you were pretty girl chocolate the other night. That's where I got that from. But yeah, I've been my allergies this year and this weather change. Because this year we actually in Mississippi had winter, y'all. We have an actual winter, and my body's not used to it. Because last year we barely had a winter. And so, like, the weather change has affected me. I don't know about anybody else, but y'all, it's getting to me. It's getting to me. This weather change is. Um, so I've been sneezy and all this other stuff. I am gonna have to talk to my doctor more about. I don't think my allergy pill's working anymore. Like, you ever been on an allergy pill for so long that it just stops working? That's what I feel like my allergy pill has done pretty much. I feel like it stopped working, y'all. Or maybe I just need something with it. Ups calls you PGC. I guess that's where I got it from because I was just like, why did I just do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know your name better than that. But yeah, I need to get something with my allergy pill or something because it's just not doing its thing this year. And this is the first year it's done this to me in years. It also may be that I moved areas. Yours is too, Miss Tracy. I swear to God, this Mississippi weather ain't, it's crazy. And also, I did move to a new area. Hey, Miss Melissa. I did move to a new area. So maybe that's also a difference. Like, my body was so used to the area that I was in that I'm having to get reacclimated, if that is this makes any sense. Maybe the allergens here are more because there's more trees. It's very possible. I know it's a brand new house, so it can't be that, right? But it has to do something with, I believe, with the weather change, me being around new allergens. Like, my body's like, no. And this year's weather has been crazy. So I think altogether, like, my body's trying to acclimate to a new environment. So I believe that's why it hit me harder this year than it has in past years. I mean, just like, it happens. Now, I will tell you how that I've also been having trouble with my insomnia. So maybe that added with the together, maybe they're not a good combination. Um, if y'all don't know, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. I do live with a chronic pain condition that I will have for the rest of my life. And I did not choose to have this problem. Um, and nobody chooses to have a chronic pain condition. Nobody chooses because you can ask anybody who's dealing with either, like we were talking about it the other day on Pretty Chalk Girls. And Pretty Chalk Girl, that's why I love your channel because you can have such great, deep conversations. You know what I'm saying? With your people. And I love that. I love the fact that you can do that, and I love how chill it is over there. And I love when you and Just Read My Book go, play with each other. It's amazing. Miss Just Read My Book. I love that. Um, I love how you know y- y'all interact over there. I just love the vibe, if that makes sense. I love doing that. That's why I love going over there to Miss Hazel's channel and Miss Mika and Miss V. Lachey. Like, I love all of y'all's channels because y'all are just like chill, you know what I'm saying? And like, we're just having a good old time. We can have these theological conversations, we can have these mental stimulating conversations. Like, we still can be a little messy, right? And talk about the mess, but it's not dark, it's not bad, it's all in fun, it's all in good times, right? And I just want to say that a lot of people that are smaller content creators don't get their big uppance, right? They don't, and I believe that y'all should, because in my opinion, y'all are creating amazing content, and it just feels like a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's like having conversations with your best friend. That's the way it feels like. You're having a conversation with your girlfriends. Y'all all sitting around a table, right? And you're just having a great conversations. And that's like when Miss Hazel and Miss Mika approached me about the show going viral and everything like that. I was like, yeah, I'm down for that because first off, all of like Miss V. Lachey, Miss Mika, Miss Hazel, we can have stimulating conversations. And if we do have a disagreement on something, like say, um, yes, Miss V. Lachey has a channel. Hold on, girl, I got you. Let me get on my regular thing so I can. Yes, yes, yes. You. Let me go to her channel right quick, and let me go make sure I drop her linky link. Um, Miss V. Lachey, we're doing a show over there at Miss Mika's house and Miss Hazel's house. Let me post this right here. This is Miss V. Lachey's channel right here. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to Miss V. Lachey. She's amazing. Um, she's awesome like that. We have, if we did have, let's say we didn't agree on something, right? We could agree to disagree because we're grown women, or we may have different points of views on something. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's why I love conversations like that. Because y'all know I'm a non confrontational person. If anybody knows that about me, I'm non confrontational. I don't like doing all that stuff. That's just not me. It's not my spirit. I did do something. I admit, I'm telling on myself that I maybe shouldn't have done the other day. But I didn't see it that way. Other people did. So I got to take that out. I got to stand in it. I did it. You know what I'm saying? When you do something, you got to stand in your ish, no matter, because people are going to believe what people want to believe sometimes. And no matter what you say out of your mouth, their mind is already made up. So I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. If you believe what you want to believe, I'll stand in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. To not, stand in my ish. I'm always going to stand in it. If I did it, I did it. If I said what I said, I said what I said. Now I'm going to tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Because here's the thing, I have never lied like that in my life. The only lie I've ever told, because I've always had a, what do you call that? You know, when you have a pet peeve about something, lying is a pet peeve of mine, right? And the only lie I've ever told, and I still consider it a lie, but let me explain to you what it is a white lie. And when I say a white lie, I'm not going to go to somebody like, let's say Tammy Slayton was my best friend. We all know who the 1,000 Pound Sisters are, right? I ain't going to go up there and tell her forehead is fat. I'm not going to destroy her, her, what do you call that? Her confidence just to tell the truth to her. I'm not going to do that because that would hurt her ultimately, right? She's already got low self esteem. I'm not doing that, right? Now, I may, like, let's say she was wearing an outfit that just wasn't right for her. Then I might go, maybe we should change that shirt because those two things just don't go well together. And I don't want my friend going out there in public looking like that. I want you to look good, girl, when you go out. But I'm not going to destroy somebody with the truth. There is ways you can destroy somebody with the truth, and sometimes that's not good, and that's what I call white lies. You get what I'm saying? Because technically, if you tell somebody they look good and you know they don't, you just told a white lie. Mm-hmm. You did. But there is also some ways where you can word it to where it's not a lie. If you think about it, okay? Instead of telling somebody they looked the bomb diggity that day, right? Like they look the best they've ever looked. Say, I really like that top on you. That top looks good. And truly, that top did look good on them. So guess what? You're not lying. You just didn't tell them the pants don't look good, right? That's an omission lie. Because see, there's lies by omission too, by not telling. Now, I've done that one. I admit to that one. If you don't ask, I ain't telling. That's what my sister knew. Now, when I was a kid, my sister knew this one fact. I would not tell my mom and daddy what she was doing if they didn't ask me. But if they asked me outright, I had no choice but to tell because I don't tell a lie, right? So she knew that going into it when she used to go sneak out with her friends and shit. She knew that going into it. I told her straight up to her face. I said, "You know, if they ask me, I'm gonna tell, right? But as long as they don't ask, I ain't gonna say nothing." That was always my saying. Now, not saying that I haven't kept secrets for people and I'm gonna take them to the grave. I've done that, and I will continue to do that. Good morning, Red Wings. Good morning, Conscious Energy. Um, sometimes you got to take certain things to the grave for friends when they tell you something that could get out that could hurt somebody else, right? Or they tell you something in confidence that they don't want nobody else knowing. Those things I will always say to grave. I don't care if me and that person could have had the worst fight in the universe and never be friends again. I ain't telling nobody. You ain't even getting it out of me on my going to glory bed. It's going with me to the grave, baby. But I have been sick for a few minutes now. I'm thinking about making an appointment with an allergist. Going to the ENT, maybe possibly too, because I've had ear drainage going on, which sometimes causes headaches. Um, my ears have been my allergies themselves are draining, like my ears are draining. So I may go to the ENT to see what to make sure that everything's okay. I did get my ears checked last time I went to the doctor just to make sure that they were fine. I haven't had an ear infection, which is good. I've just been having drainage because my allergies are just running crazy. Look like I'm over here crying when I ain't crying just because my allergies are running. You know what I'm saying? So I've been having to deal with that for it's been about a month now, a little over a month. Um, I've been taking my allergy medicine. It just ain't working. It don't feel like. So I may need to go talk to my doctor about that. I'll see him in a few weeks, so I'll probably talk to them about adding something to my allergy list because, child, my this weather change. It started around the time when y'all know when that cold snap after that hurricane hit, when that cold snap hit Mississippi. It started about that time, and it'll get better for a few days, then it'll pop back down again, and I'll get better for a little. And I've had a cough, so I'm thinking about going to an allergist to see what's going on because I don't like being sick and I haven't been like this sick or this kind of thing going on in a long time since I had my tonsils out as a kid. I haven't been this sick since then. So that was when I was 14. So that was over 15 years ago. Let's see, 15 and then 34 would have made at 10. Let's see. I'm trying to do the math here, y'all. Shit. Let's see. So 31 would have made 15 years. So I haven't been this sick in over 16 years. In over 16 years, I've not been this sick since. Before I got my tonsils out, though, y'all, I got sick, and I mean bad. My tonsils kept draining into my lungs, pretty much. So I kept getting upper respiratory infections to the point the last infection that I had in my upper respiratory infection, they said if I didn't go to the hospital when I did, or if I didn't go to the ENT when I did, I would not be here today because what was happening is my lungs was filling with fluid, and I would have got an infection in my lungs and not be here. Um, they said it was very imperative that I got my tonsils out ASAP because it was basically just causing I was sick for 2 months straight and they couldn't figure out why because the regular doctors didn't. Not until I went to the ENT. When I went to the ENT, they figured out real fast what it was. It was my allergies were draining into my tonsils. My tonsils were draining into my lungs. Um, and it was causing my lungs to fill with fluid. A lot of people don't know this, but I was born with a birth defect. And basically, you know how most people's sinuses drain into their stomach at night when they sleep? Mine does not. Mine drains directly into my lungs. Um, it was an ENT is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Miss Tracy, ear, nose, and throat will really help you if you have allergies, if you're having problems with your sinuses. They check your hearing, they make sure your ears look good, your nose, you know what I'm saying? That's basically ear, nose, and throat. So if you're having a lot of head colds and stuff like that, and you have really bad allergies and like ear infections and things like that, you need to go to an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat doctor. I promise you, they will get you right. Um, we have one of the best around here. If you're up in the North Mississippi area, go to they behind the Tupelo Hospital. It's called they're the ENTs behind the Tupelo Hospital. Dr. Simmons, he's one of the best. He's one of the best when it comes down to it. I can tell you some of the best when it comes to liver doctors, when it comes to regular doctors. I've been a pincushion my entire life pretty much. Because, you know, when you deal with health issues, you know, that sinus headache, Red Wings, is one of the worst when it gets right up there between your eyes and it's like throbbing and then it moves to the top of your head. You in the south part, okay. So I can't help you down there, Miss Tracy. I can't help you down there. I don't know nothing about down yonder ways. I know about up here. You know what I'm saying? And I would say if anybody is from Monroe County on this B, you might not want to go to some of them doctors. Well, their ear, nose, and throat doctor is good down there. But if it's still the same guy, because you got to think it's been many years since I lived down there. But they hospital, shoot, I almost wasn't here because of they hospital. And I used to love that hospital, but see, that's where I'm originally from. That ain't where I live now, but that's where I'm originally from. I'm from Monroe County originally. If you know anything about Mississippi, I'm originally from that area, and then I moved when I was 15. I moved up to Lee County, which I don't care if people know what county I live in. I don't really care. Like I said, I live out in the backwoods. I don't really care. Uh, it really Red Wings. I've been getting those migraines to where and me and PGC was talking about it. Why did I just do that again? I'm sick. Please look over me, pretty chocolate girl. PCG. um, I've been getting those headaches to where you're sensitive to light and even sound makes you feel like you're gonna throw up. Like just too much noise, and that's when I get those, y'all won't see me on these streets. I will. That's why I was, Miss Heather, I do understand you having those migraines because I'm gonna tell you something. When that happens, it's so debilitating. I can have no sound around me. I have to go to a quiet, dark room and put a cold rag over my head. Now, I have heard this, and I don't know how true it is, but maybe some of y'all older people can tell me. I've heard you could take Vicks Vapor Rub and you can put it on your head, on your forehead, and it's supposed to help get rid of headaches. Does that really work? Because my migraines, and here's the messed up thing, Miss Tracy, because of my NAFLD, my liver condition, I can't take any NSAIDs and my stomach condition that I have, and I can't take Tylenol like that. Like if I have a headache every day of the week, I have to choose which headache is the worst to be able to take medication for it. And I can only take Tylenol, and it's only every once in a while because I don't know if y'all know this, but Tylenol builds up on your liver. It takes a while for your body to process the Tylenol and get it out of your system. So please, for the love of God, if you're in hearing distance of me right now, please do not take um, Tylenol every day. It is really bad for you to take it every day, 4 or 5 times a day. Also, NSAIDs, aspirin, BC powders. Please do not take those every day, and I'll explain to you why. That's not necessarily bad for your liver, but it is terrible. I mean, it kind of is bad for your liver, but it's terrible for your stomach. Um, I believe one of the reasons why I think I did give myself my stomach condition, and I'll tell you why. I was self medicating years and years ago about my back condition before, I started going to doctors and whatnot um, with BC powders. I was using the green arthritis BC powders 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon to be able to walk every day without pain. Um, you take Benadryl for sinus migraines? I might be able to do that, Jen Jen. Thank you so much for that information because Benadryl is actually one of the things I can take with my liver condition. So you may have just saved my life, Jen Jen. You don't even know it. I'm gonna try that next time. Maybe that'll work. Because I can't take NSAIDs and I can't take Tylenol like that for headaches. So maybe Benadryl will work for my sinus headaches when I have them. Thank you so very, very much. You don't know how much that could have just saved my life, child. Um, there's a lot of things if you read on the back of labels that you can't really take a lot of if you have liver conditions. Almost every one of them have that on the back of a bottle. If you go look at cold medicine, right? There's a lot of cold medicines that I can't take because of the same thing, right? So I had to be real careful. Oh, I know it's gonna make me sleepy. I've taken Benadryl before. It's gonna make me sleepy. It's probably gonna knock me for a loop. Hey, but then I'll go to sleep and sleep through the headache and maybe feel better when I wake up, right? Um, so sleeping through the headache sometimes is better than being awake feeling that pain, right? Because that stuff. Now Excedrin works really. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. You may or may not notice. Excedrin does work really well for headaches. And it's okay as long as you're not taking it 4 or 5 times a day every day for like 6 months at a time or a year at a time. That's what I want to say. Just put that out there for people who do take Tylenol and these things. It's okay to take it. It's just not okay to take it in excessive amounts. Anything in excess, right? Um, but I've heard that pamprin, the thing that we're supposed to use for our when we have the lady part problems is the best thing for headaches ever. It works better than any other headache medicine on the market. My uncle, let me tell you what had happened. Y'all gonna laugh about this. See what had happened was in retrospect. My aunt, hey, my vibrant little beautiful, hey D Shep, um, my aunt had my uncle had a headache, right? And they didn't have no Tylenol in the house, and they didn't have no Excedrin, nothing in the house for headaches. Well, my aunt had some Pamprin in the cabinet for her PMS, right? And so my uncle's like, "Does this stuff help with headaches?" And she goes, "Yeah, it'll help you with your headache." My uncle tried that and he swore up and down from that day forward, if he ever had another headache or body ache, he was taking Pamprin. He said Pamprin worked better than any other thing he ever tried in his life for a headache. He swears by Pamprin now. So yeah, I don't know if y'all men know that, but they do make them PMS pills they make for women. They do work for headaches too. He said it was best thing since sliced bread. Hey, beautiful Fifi TV. Hey, gorgeous. But yeah, literally said that Pamprin was the best thing since sliced bread, and he kept it in the cabinet ever since then. What do Here's my question for you, beautiful people in the chat. What do you do when you get a massive migraine that affects you to the point that you feel sick at your stomach? Because maybe different things that different people do can help others. And y'all know that I love to help other people. And so, um, you know, each one of us, some of us may just take Tylenol, but there may be specific things like somebody does that could help somebody else. Like me, myself, and I, when I get a massive migraine, I'll take a cold rag and put it on my head and I'll lay in a dark room with no sound. Now, I do have a fan that's always running. So it's kind of like my background noise, if that makes sense. Um, because I have to have a fan. I don't know what it is. I have a ceiling fan, and then I have a fan that goes outward in my room. Um, it keeps the air circulated. I'm always like that. All vibrant. You're so lucky to have never had a migraine. They suck. Because basically, what you do is you take, like, you've had probably had a regular headache or a sinus headache or something. Take that and times it by 20. I swear to God, migraines are the worst. And the allergies have been so bad this year compared to every other year. See, here's my messed up shit. I have indoor and outdoor allergies. And what happens, and I live in the South too, what happens during the fall months when the leaves fall off the trees and they get in the woods? They mold, right? And guess what I'm allergic to? Mold. Mildew. That's what happens around these trees when those leaves fall in the woods. So guess what? If I go try to walk in the woods right now, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna have problems with my allergies. Same, Miss Tracy. I don't like getting overheated either. Yeah, it's something about like when um there was a school that I went to when I was younger, and they had trees. Now hangovers hurt a lot more than they used to. Um D-Shep, when we get older, the hangovers hurt a lot more than they used to. I've never had a hangover. I had a crick in my neck once, but I also obviously stopped drinking because of my liver condition. Even before I got my liver condition, which came from pregnancy, I was never a big drinker, if that makes sense. So I may have drank 20 times in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like I could probably less than that. I'm actually adding to it instead of probably the real amount. Because it was just a few parties when I was underage. So they can't get me now, statute of limitation. But I did all my drinking when I was between the ages of 17 to 19. And so it was a few parties over, the summer break. We would chill and have parties and stuff. Um, but I got a crick in my neck once. That sucked. I slept when you get so drunk, you sleep the wrong way and you wake up and your neck's turned one way, and every time you try to turn your head the other way, it hurts because you done slept on that side the wrong way. Now, I got that happen to me one time. I got a crick in my neck. Well, see, I don't have a choice but not to drink because of my liver condition. Also, I'm making a promise. I have been eating a lot of fast food over the last few years, which has made my face a little bit fatter. Because here's the thing: when you see me in person, I'm not that big. It's just I got that fat, chubby cheek syndrome, the baby face syndrome that I got from my dad. And I have not edited my profile picture that you see here. It's just okay. Let me tell y'all something. Tell you a little secret, even for you men. When you taking a picture of yourself, and let's say you got chubby cheeks, or you got a double chin trying to come on. If you take and you move the angle up just a little bit and look into the camera, it'll make your face look skinnier. I'm just saying. It's all about angles, baby. It's all about angles. Hey, room shaker, shaker, shaker. How you doing this beautiful morning? But yeah, no, I had, I have my liver condition, so I can't drink. And I haven't drank. I think the only thing I've had over the last, I, I have drank something since I got my liver condition, but it was just a glass of wine, and I got clearance by my doctor. I drank couple sips at a wedding for a toast, and then one time it was the first time I'd ever tried real wine, like not the stuff that we got as kids. I'm talking about real expensive wine, right? And it was at a steakhouse up in New York. And I was talking to my doctor and I said, I really want to try red wine for the first time. I've never tried it. Would it hurt me to have a glass? And he told me, no, it will not hurt you to have a glass every once in a while. Basically, you know, when you look on that thing that tells you how much you can have before you can drive, the recommended amount that you can have before your alcohol level gets above a specific point. That's what the doctor told me that I could have occasionally, but I just choose not to drink because I love my liver. Um, and I don't want to have to deal with that. Liver failure is not fun. It really is not. Um, my sinuses right now, is going, yeah, and that is true, Red Wings, because a lot of the allergens get up in your nose, and that's why it runs and stuff. Um, I have indoor and outdoor allergies that happen all year round, and I've had it since I was a kid. Um, but yes, a lot of people don't know that. I've been thinking about me get me one of them neti pots and doing the nose thing, but I hate when water gets up my nose, so I don't know how well I'm gonna do with that. I cannot stand when water gets up my nose. Like when I was a kid, I hated that when we would go swimming and I would accidentally get water up my nose or something. I hated that. Absolutely cannot stand for water to go up my nose. So I don't know how well that's gonna work for me. But I've been thinking about trying one of those. The little sour sop. I'm gonna look that up, Kiwi. Thank you so much because I've been dealing with my liver condition now um for years, right? Since I mine came from pregnancy. Basically, um, my son was born 3 months premature because of a condition that happened to me. The only thing they can think of is when I was 6 months 5 months pregnant, I got a head cold. And by the time I was 6 months pregnant, a little over 6 months, I started gaining a lot of excess fluid, like fluid in the pregnancy. And it wasn't fat, it was fluid. And it bared down on my liver and made it go bad. They think that my immune system was too active and that the immune system tried to attack baby. And for baby to protect themselves, they created fluid. And the fluid and the excess amount I had, you know, tried to hurt my liver. I had a special hemostasis that's not normal. They stuck a needle as long as your arm in my belly and drained 9 liters of fluid off of me. Over 9 liters, like these big giant bottles, right? Um, and it was crazy. But during that, I was basically trying to. Yeah, why don't people? I be blowing my nose Red Wings. I'm telling you, I don't know why now. Right now, my nose is clear, but it feels stuffy. You ever had that situation where it's not like draining right now, but it feels stuffy? You know what I'm saying? It feels like somebody's pinching your nose, but there's nothing in there. Like I have that pressure right behind my nose right now, and there's nothing there. And I'm like, I hate when that feel that way. But I am looking up that sour stuff you said, Kiwi. Thank you, love. I'm gonna look that up because my doctor um prescribed me vitamin E for my liver. Um oh, it's a natural plant. Awesome sauce. I love natural remedies. Also, if y'all don't know about elderberry extract, I've been taking that stuff for years and I'm gonna tell you most of the time it keeps me from getting like actual colds or anything like that. And I had no elderberry in a minute, and that's my fault because I ain't picked none up at the store. So maybe I need to go get me some elderberry too. I swore by elderberry when the C19 hit, and even before then. I was literally I pushed so many people to take the elderberry, and so many people came back and told me, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And even after, C19, even just flu season and all that, they're like, "You don't realize that this has kept me. I normally get sick 2 or 3 times a year, and this has kept me from getting sick. It's the only thing I added to my repertoire that's different from me." Thank you so much, Kiwi. And I'm gonna say this: I'm so sorry about your grandfather, and I know a portion of what he's went through when it comes to the liver dysfunction and liver problems. Also, I had a very good friend of mine who I saw in the later stages. My mom and dad are in there talking about the cat. We have an outside cat that we tamed. But I've had with this liver condition and everything, um I went into complete failure when I was pregnant. I went jaundice, my bilirubin was to the roof. They were talking about they were talking about doing a biopsy while I was pregnant, which is very rare. They don't normally like to do that with pregnant women. But they were trying to figure out what was happening. I ended up not being able to have the biopsy because I ended up giving birth to my son. But that's a whole story and a half. Um, but I know what it feels like, and I've seen from firsthand the later stages from someone else that I knew. Um, Oh, I'm so sorry, Kiwi Love. But hey, you did find something that helped for a while that, that helped and probably eased his pain and eased the problems because a lot of people don't know when your liver starts to go out, every fatty food you eat makes you sick. Like, and people don't realize that it ain't even got to be fried foods, right? It can just be like you have to cut out bacon, ham, because they're fatty meats, right? You have to pretty much go with chicken with no skin. You can't have skin on your chicken, right? It has to be baked. About the only pork product that I could eat when my liver was dysfunctioning was pork tenderloin because the loin has no fat, right? I had to go with I basically had to go with non-fatty meats like and steak. I had to have a specific kind of steak. It couldn't be the real fatty steak, right? Or I had to cut all the fat off. Like I didn't eat no fat of any foods. Vegetables, you know what I'm saying? I had to, it cuts down a lot of what you eat, and actually steamed vegetables are your best because you actually get the nutrients from them. But you people don't realize how sick you get when your liver goes bad. And believe it or not, your liver can make ammonia and make it seem like you have dementia or Alzheimer's. You forget where you're at. You get confusion. It can create if you ever see somebody and you know they have liver dysfunction and they're talking out of their head like they're making no sense whatsoever. That's you need to get to them to the hospital quickly, very quickly. The ammonia has went to their brain. Your liver is also responsible for blood clotting. So if your liver's messing up, guess what? You can become a free bleeder. And it's very dangerous. Oh, hush up. My dog's in here bark because they put the dogs in here when we bring home groceries or something so that they're not trying to mess around with the door. Just so we can leave the door open and take the stuff in and out so they don't be trying to run out the door and they get all upset. You know what I'm talking about then, Kiwi. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It does all kind of things to you. A lot of people don't understand how important the liver really is and how it can be a silent killer pretty much. Um, until it's too late. I'm going to say this to anybody that's in the audience listening. Some of the first signs to liver dysfunction you will ignore. But I promise you, always get your and don't just get a CBC. Get a CBC with differential because the regular CBC is not going to show your ALT and ASCOT. It's not going to show all your enzymes. It's not going to show your bilirubin and all that. And you need to have all of that checked. A CBC, a regular one, just shows your blood counts. You need a CBC with differential. Okay, the full workup so at least once a year. Please do that. um Keep your liver checked. The first signs are like your skin will get real itchy, like you have dry skin. It's just really itchy all over your body. You're extremely tired, like you're the most exhausted you ever been in your life. And the minute you eat anything fatty, you get deathly ill or get the poops. Like you have extreme diarrhea or extreme throw up, one of the two. every time you eat fatty foods. If you notice every time you go out to eat, if you get one or the other, please get your liver checked. Please, for the love of God. And not just like once. No, I'm talking about every time you eat something fatty, right? Every time. A lot of people, like, I didn't look at my signs because I was pregnant. I was in my second trimester. I just thought things were rolling over from my first, right? So I thought the extreme tiredness was just me being pregnant. I didn't get the itchy skin thing at the time. I didn't get the itchy skin thing until it got worse, if that makes sense. But I thought the throwing up was from, I thought, well, I didn't have thank you, sweetheart. But anyways, I was saying, I only had the extreme tiredness, and then I was craving a cheeseburger, so I went and got a cheeseburger, and I think within 5-10 minutes of eating that cheeseburger, I was violently throwing up, right? And I just felt really, really bad afterward. I did not realize that was the first signs of my liver going bad because I thought it was like it didn't agree with baby, or I didn't actually have morning sickness, so I thought, oh, maybe I'm going to get morning sickness later in my pregnancy. uh I didn't know that, so I thought maybe I'm just getting it later. Some people do get it later, so that's what I thought. And thank you. So I didn't know all that, and I will say, oh, pork dish carnados. I do like carnados, and I do like pork, and it is so good. But sometimes it's not the best to me. So recently, I have stated that I am not going out to eat for a while. I'm going to eat at home because I know a lot of the foods that we eat at home, we drain off the grease and do all that stuff. Couple months, wasn't even. It was like the first of this month. I went to Sonic because I love Sonic, and they got this garlic bacon burger. Um, that is so good. And after I ate it though, I started feeling pain in my liver. And I said, nah, I need to cut out fast food for a bit. I only eat it usually once a month, maybe twice a month. But I was getting into a area in there that I was eating it quite often, more than I usually do. So I gotta stop myself and stop doing that and be a good little cheering. Um, you know. So I'm cutting that out for a while, y'all. I'm doing it. It really will, Miss Liz. It really will, and I'm cutting it out for a while. Um, I only did that because I was out paying bills that day and I wasn't gonna cook, and it was just something to grab so I wouldn't get sick at my stomach or something. But I ain't doing that no more. If I have to carry like granola bars or whatever, because I do like my granola bars. Um, But yeah, so I'm hey D Miss So Lovely. I saw your show this morning. I didn't drop down because I ain't been feeling well, but I was there and you had an amazing show this morning, love. I actually like the court thing that you're doing. I think that's actually pretty smart and pretty cool to have the beef sector court. I think that's awesome. In fact, it's a new idea that nobody's really done in the beef sector, in the beef sector, as Mother says. I think that's actually a very cool thing. Um, and you as the judge, you you know what I'm saying? You're the judge, and then on specific instances, you could technically have a jury. It may not be 12 people like in an actual jury, but you could have like a little jury and let them deliberate, and their sentencing could be like you're sentenced to 2 weeks of the beef sector gets to drag you as much as they want to, or something like that. Or your sentence is you never gonna live this down in the beef sector. You know what I'm saying? Something funny and cute like that. I do like that idea. Yeah, Freshka. You know, my country accent is gonna mess up most words. I apologize for that too. I try to pronunciate, but sometimes my pronunciations be messing up. Hey, the D Ham Show. Hey, love. But I love your show, Demon. So you're doing so good. Are you gonna start setting it at a specific time, or just whenever stuff comes up? Like, I do you need any you know, we could totally get you some graphics for Court TV. That's gonna be Beef Sector edition. Court TV Beef Sector edition, presented by the Dollhouse, starring Judge Z Miss O. Oh, totally need to get in touch with somebody who does like the songs and stuff, the songs, and do the thing to where like has that background noise like Law and Order or something, and it has like the where they hit the gavel and stuff. That would be so cute. Somebody do a graphic with that too, like the judge hitting the gavel. You know what I mean? Like a little cartoon. That would be cute. Hey James, good morning. What time is the next court show? Do you know? Do you have a specific time set yet, DMSO? Because you know that I want to try to oh, also P Pretty Chocolate Girl is having a steak challenge, y'all. It's gonna be for fun. It's gonna be for fun. TC's a contestant so far. Uppity's a contestant. Nubiology is a contestant. Miss Hazel said she might be a contestant. Um, and they're gonna basically do it. It's for the fun of it, right? And they figured out it's gonna be the 28th of this month. Um, and they're going to do a steak challenge. So basically, they go cook a steak for us, and we're going to get to see it. And if anybody wants to enter the steak challenge on December the 28th, please hit up Pretty Chocolate Girl, PCG, and let her know. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make a gavel for next week? That's gonna be cool, Miss O. But yeah, so um, pretty much make sure that y'all go up there and hit up Pretty Chocolate Girl and let her know if you want to enter that contest, so she can get her contestants together. It's for the bragging rights, so you know, it's just for fun, for people who want to do it or whatnot. Yes, I can't wait to hear the gavel sounds and all that. That's gonna be cool. You be careful out there, Ray, okay, love? And you do what you got to do, sweetheart, but be careful out there, okay? These mean streets of the world, always be careful when you step out your front door. I'm going to say that to anybody. Yeah, I can't wait to see because it was so cute. TC and Newbie was talking about who was the best steak cooker, and it was amazing. It was the cutest little back and forth. Um, so I can't wait to see all the different steaks that they cook. I may not be able to watch it the night that it happens because y'all know Saturdays. I make very few exceptions for Saturdays because that's my husband's day. Um, I made an exception for Leo for the charcuterie board challenge, which is on the 14th. If y'all ain't know, it's on the 14th. So this next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, is Miss Leo the Lioness is charcuterie board challenge. I made an exception for that one, but that is my husband's day, so I may have to recatch that replay on Sunday. Myself, just want to let you know that, Pretty Chocolate Girl. Speaking of which, I need to so sorry, PCG. You know, I've been sick. Let me go back up here and get your channel and drop it. so that people can go over there and subscribe. And also, when she has it, I told her I was going to tell the world, and I ain't joking when I say that about it because I think it'd be cute. Also, Miss Jill's Comfort Zone is talking about doing poetry slam nights where people could just come up and tell their poetry, and we can be in the crowd going, doing our snaps in the crowd. It's not a competition thing. It's literally just for fun. Poetry slam nights. I told her it'd be a great idea. I got my flu shot, Miss Liz. My doctor makes me take it. I also take I have to, because of my liver condition, where you can, normal people can take a pneumonia shot every 5 years or something like that. I think it's every 5 years or every, you know, I have to take mine every year because of my liver condition. Because with my liver condition, my immune system is lowered. So, like, even when C-19 hit, I had to be very careful because my my liver condition makes my immunity very not as good as other people to things. And I'm one of the people that could have been taken out by C-19. So I had to be very careful. And before C-19 hit, I don't know if y'all remember, but they had a Hep A outbreak. And when that happened, I had to be extremely careful. Hep A is literally like a cold, right? It's kind of like you feel like you have the flu. Most people get it and don't even know they've ever had it, and they end up growing an immunity to it. Um, so if you ever get your that kind of test done, then it will tell you if you've ever had it before because you'll most likely have immunity. I've never had it before, so I don't have the immunity. Um, but I'm scared to get it because of my liver condition. It can obviously destroy what I already have, where I already have scarring and stuff. What's AIH? I don't know what that is. Oh, autoimmune hepatitis? No, I do not. They did. Well, the thing about that is you can't necessarily tell that unless your immune system's acting up when you have the test. Because my M2 mitochondrial did come back positive, which means that it was an autoimmune response. But my immune system has had a habit of attacking me when I get sick. Um, so I don't know how I would prove that, if that makes sense. Um, because it has to be acting up when you have the test. Um, but my M2 mitochondrial did come back positive once, and they thought I had all the precursors for PBC, which is primary biliary conjunctivitis now. But I do not have PBC. So the only thing they can think of is that my immune system does tend to attack because it's the same thing that happened to me in pregnancy. There's a few more instances where my immune system has attacked me and I've gotten this really off the wall stuff. Like one time I had ulcers from the back of my throat all the way down to my stomach from a sinus infection because my immune system decided to attack me. And for some reason, when I get sick, my immune system goes haywire and it goes crazy. Um, it does. It goes off the wall. Um, they did suspect that, but we can't pinpoint exactly what it is, which is crazy. I'm one of those people who just happen to have the weirdest shit happen to them, and I can't explain it. I've tested for MS. I They couldn't definitely rule it out, but they also couldn't rule it in. They were thinking I might have had lupus at one point. Um, but I had a biopsy done to my liver, um, and it shows severe stenosis and fibrosis. Um, it really is very scary, DMSO. Um, but the problem with some autoimmune disorders that are not on the charts, they're harder to diagnose. And when C-19 hit, before C-19 hit, I was in the process of trying to figure out what was happening to me. When C19 hit, um, I stopped going to the neurologist and all the doctors for a while because of C19. Um, and I've not had any issues since, but if it flares up again, I am going to go through all the testing. But it was just a lot. I was trying to figure out all what was happening because it was so like my gallbladder was going bad and my liver was showing dysfunction again. My enzymes were through the roof again. But after I had the gallbladder out, my liver went back to, I would say, I always call it remission because that's the only thing I can think to call it is remission. I don't know what else you would call it when it goes back to your enzymes are testing normal again. But I have severe stenosis and fibrosis in my liver biopsy. And that's why they diagnosed me with NAFLD. Um, I do not have NASH. Uh, you know what I'm saying? But I basically have to just keep that checked for the rest of my life. Be careful what medicines I take, what foods I eat. I have to stay on a specific diet for the rest of my life. You know, and I think I'm going to get my enzymes tested again this next time I go to the doctor because I have been extremely tired recently and not feeling well, and I'm always freaking out about that. You know, it's like a thing like so I've been really crazy about um getting those checked when I start feeling like really exhausted for no reason or stuff like that because of if you've ever been through it once, it gets scary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the damage is all if the damage is already done, you just have to live with that for the rest of your life. Because that's one cool thing about the liver. The liver does heal itself, but you're always left with that scar tissue on your liver, so you have to be careful with it. You have to baby your liver. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, baby, we ain't doing that today. You got to take care of it. Now, Demon, so I will tell you that Miss because my brain is a little foggy right now. I'm so sorry. Um, Miss Kiwi said that soursop, it's called soursop, is a really good thing for your liver. So I'm gonna try that. I was at one point taking what it's called, you can buy it over the counter. It's called Liver Aid. I was taking it and vitamin E. I need to get back on my vitamin regimen also because vitamins do help. Do you know that's one of the hardest things for people to do, Miss Liz, is to change? Yeah, D3 is good. Also, I was taking magnesium and a zinc. Um, you know, vitamin D is very good, but what vitamin E is for? It's for the liver. It's for the fat on your liver. It cuts down the fat on your liver. My doctor actually prescribed me that there have been studies to take vitamin E and it helps get the fat off your liver. Yeah, minerals. You got to make sure you keep up with your minerals too, not just your vitamins, but magnesium and zinc. There's this one that you can buy that's really good, and I take a multivitamin, then I take the magnesium and zinc, vitamin E, calcium, and D3. And I was taking a thing called Liver Aid. And also, I don't know if y'all know this, if you have digestion issues, ginger root is really good for your stomach if you're having digestive issues. I was taking ginger and garlic, but ginger root is very good for your stomach if you're having any kind of stomach dysfunction. It also does work, as my husband just said, as an antibiotic. Um, Ginger root is very good for you. Turmeric is also very good for you. A lot of people turmeric may be and probiotics. That's right, Miss Liz. If you don't, now I was taking the pill form of probiotics because, child, I do not like yogurt, but Greek yogurt, not just regular yogurt. You want Greek yogurt. It's one of the best um, for the probiotics. Greek yogurt is one of the best. I hate yogurt with a passion. I actually had to force myself to eat it one time, and it was awful. But so I do pay more because those pills are not cheap. The Phillips and all that for the probiotics. Um, I was taking the pill version because I can't stand yogurt. Exercise. Yes, walking at least 30 minutes a day or more is good for you. Now, I last year, Miss Bliss, was push mowing 2.5 acres, and for 3 or 4 years for that, by myself on hillsides. So I was getting my exercise in. And if you just walk your dogs, just walk your dogs up and down the road in your area, take them to the park. People don't realize that's exercise. You know what I'm saying? If you have stairs in your house, right? Let's say you have a pretty good stairs in your house. Going up those stairs 10 times a day, up and down, not over the day's time. I'm talking about within a certain amount of time, just going up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. Believe it or not, you're actually doing exercise. But you got to make sure you keep that heart rate up and keep your cardio going and make sure you're sweating and all that good stuff. Also, for people with back conditions, there is stretches and different things you can do while sitting if your back's acting up that day, right? There's a lot of different exercises you can do while sitting in a chair. My favorite thing for exercise, I don't know about y'all, but I loved dancing. Dancing for exercise for me was amazing. I would turn on my like fast R&B songs, right? And I would dance. And while you're dancing, there's little things you can add into it. Like I would touch my right elbow to my left knee, and you got to turn your body when you do that, and it engages your core, which is really good for you. Doing stretches while dancing, you can add it in and make it your own. And believe it or not, dancing's a really good way to lose weight. I've been wanting to try one of those things. I don't know if y'all ever seen them, but it's like a contraption. You know that contraption that you get in and it flips you upside down and it's supposed to take the pressure off your back? I've been wanting to try one of those. But believe it or not, dancing is how I lost most of my weight. Which I don't know is I used to be a big girl. Way back. I mean, a big girl. And I did all my weight loss by dancing. Yeah, decompression. That's what I was thinking of. I've been wanting to try that forever. Get me one of those things. Now, I do have a heating pad that I got for my birthday. And this heating pad that I got almost looks like a vest, kind of, sort of. And it straps around your waist and it covers the whole. I swear to God, I love that thing. Like it's like Jesus gave me that heating pad, y'all. But I love that heating pad. It's so amazing. In fact, I might plug it up here in a little while and put it on. And um, but I do think that everybody is doing their thing, Thizzle. I do want to shout out to everybody in the chats and everybody who's doing their thing. I am me, myself, and I right now sick, so I'm not really paying attention to a lot. I hope everyone, is having a blessed, beautiful day. Demis, I was just going to tell you congratulations again on your graduation because you do deserve to be given your flowers for that. and you do deserve to get congratulatory for that because anybody that's in this sector that's trying to better their life and better their family, you deserve all the flowers that you're gonna get because I'm gonna you deserve to be celebrated for that. And I just also want to say, that's a positive thing. I love to uplift positive things. Sometimes I'm doing something negative, and I did something negative the other day, child, but we all know that's not me. That's not me. I'm a positive person. I don't really like being negative. And I think it could have contributed to me getting sicker. Yeah, it's possible. Because it's not my spirit. My spirit is positive. But I will say, anybody that deals with liver dysfunction, um, and any kind of autoimmune disorder, sometimes this drama can be okay, but sometimes it can be too much for our health. And stress and things and like that, it's not good for you. And it can actually affect you in a negative space. So, like, I'm glad that people take breaks on here when they need to and they allow themselves to decompress because sometimes it can be too much. And your mental health and your life and everything about you should always come before this internet stuff. So if you ever, like, if I don't see you for a week or two at a time, even though I'm not in the negativity per se, because you're taking your mental health break, don't think that I'm ever going to be upset at you about that because I am not, child. I'm going to be happy for you because we all need that, right? We all need our mental health breaks sometimes. And that's like, I've said this before, I've said it in previous chats, I've never said it out loud. A lot of drama goes on around here, like Demon Son when you walked away for a while, or Brooke when she walked away for a while, or different people. It was a good thing for them for their own selves, and I'm glad they came back. I'm glad everybody comes back when they choose to because it's your choice in this matter. You know what I mean? And we are like a dysfunctional family. So if I don't see you for about 2 weeks, I am gonna ask when I see you, how you doing? You okay? I ain't seen you. I've been worried about you because I really am. If I don't see certain people that I speak to every day in chats and I don't see them for a week or two at a time, I'm gonna start to worry about them. Because I do say that we are a dysfunctional family. We can all fight and then we'll be all right. Because even people who don't like me, if I didn't see them for 2 or 3 weeks, I would be worried about them. I'm just saying. But I do want to thank everybody who's come out today with me being sick. I really didn't prepare um, content today. I just thought I'd have a conversation with y'all because I'm sick and I don't feel good. And I'm probably going to get off here and try to take a nap, maybe eat some food if I can get it down, and lay down and probably rest for the rest of the day. So if you don't see me today, just know it's because I really don't feel good. I'm gonna try my very best. Even if I don't type in your chat today, I'm still gonna try to share people out and do what I normally do. Um, but you may not see me as much today because I just do not feel good. And anybody out there right now who doesn't feel good, I hope you feel better with this weather change. Please take care of yourselves. The people who are having to deal with snow right now, I know that a lot of people up in our northern hemisphere area are having to deal with, snowstorms and things like that. And I heard about what happened in Cali with the earthquake. Actually, do y'all know that Mississippi had an earthquake not long ago? It was crazy, y'all. It's down there in down south Mississippi. They had an earthquake down there. Mhm. Because I heard about it on the news after the fact. It was down there near Jackson. I think it was Hattiesburg or something. But it's crazy. I hope every one of y'all have a blessed and beautiful day today. And I'm sorry I'm not my normally wee self. Um, and I hope everybody feels better. I'm totally not eating junk food right now. We'll talk about eating a better diet because I wanted ice cream because it makes me feel better when I'm sick. Um, yeah, it was Madison, Mississippi. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Um, but I'm totally not eating ice cream right now because it makes me feel better. I don't know what it is about ice cream. So thank you all for being here, and thank you all who support me. I appreciate every single person who supports me. I appreciate every one of you. You don't know how much it really means to me to see y'all come in and just have a conversation with me and just chill with me. You know what I mean? I do. I appreciate it all, every single bit of it. And I do hope y'all have the best day today and all days. I love you, all my beautiful angels. Please make sure that you take care of yourself today and all days, and make sure you take your medications. I didn't get to do my med check reminder this morning, so I'm doing it now. Please take care of yourselves, and much love, beauties.
I'm from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUBELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This with the best rhyme. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking round 1800. Out the street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments and OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, car blue, a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUBELO. I'm reppin'